Good morning everyone and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. I am here today with a MX Art project share and I'm also going to show you her new birdcage dies, which are absolutely fabulous. So I have used the MX Art heart frame, which if I get my ruler, which is glued to my table, I think it needs a wash, is 4.5 inches square. So that is the heart frame that I have used. I have used my lovely easel die, because if you want your cards to stand up and you want to save on cardstock and paper, then it's much better to pop that onto the back of a flat mounted card rather than to double up your cardstock. And that's what this looks like when it's cut. See, it's scored. You write your sentiment here, and then if I put it down flat, because this one's cut in thick cardstock, and I will fold it there and fold it there, she says. Yeah, I'm always doing that, putting my fingers in the wrong place. I try to be too quick for my own good sometimes. And that is how it looks when it's on the back of the card. Obviously, you put your tape down here, your message is in here, and then it stands up like that, but your card will be glued to the back of it there. So that is what the easel looks like. And I've used these new birdcage dies from MX Art, which are absolutely glorious. In fact, if I put them together, I can measure the largest and the widest one for you, which, looking at them, I think is these two. So I'll measure that one. Whoops. And that is 3 3/4 inches, so you can see they're a great size. And then 2.5 inches. It's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Grecian. Yes. If anyone's got the correct term for that, then you can tell me. And this one is more sort of Chinese lantern shape. And that's almost 3 inches. And then its height is almost 3 3/4 inches. So they are a fabulous size. And I've also used, for my fun, my cute, my humour, a sloth in a teacup. Yes, because that's where all sloths sit, isn't it, in a teacup with flowers on their heads. And I'm going to measure that fully made up on the card for you. So here is my card. My little sloth sitting in the teacup. I just think it's so funny. Look at the claws on the fingers. Do they have fingers or do they have paws? Paws. They have long clawsy things, but there they are. And they cut out separately and you glue them on so that you can just see how small and detailed that is. Comes with all the flowers, and I've used a bunch of Touch 5 markers to colour my flowers, and I've also shaded the sloth. So I'm knocking everything over. I use my pickup tool, obviously, because I needed to pick those claws up and pop them down into the little embossed sections there. And I used my white gel pen to do the eyes and the nose. So, oh, and I must tell you about this bow. I was watching Sweetwater Cards the other day, and somebody had gifted her a Zutta Bow-It-All, and I remembered that I bought one 4 or 5 years ago, and shame on me because it was still in its pretty bag on the shelf. So I thought, no, I'm going to get it out and I'm going to make a bow. So I did make a bow and I popped it on there. And I must admit, when I first purchased it, I used it an awful lot because you can make rosettes and you can make tassels and you can make flowers on it. So now that I've got it off the shelf and on my table, I may start to use it a lot more. But Sweetwater cards, she embarrassed me into doing this after seeing her so excited with hers. And I thought, oh, you know, mine's been on the shelf 4 or 5 years. I'm going to get it off and I'm going to use it. So my little sleuth now has a little organza bow. So there it is. And as I say, that heart background there, this is Joann's paper, and this is a Joann's heart. They do them in brush gold and brush silver, and I think they're $1.99 for a pack. So that is my cute little bit of humour. Isn't it sweet? And talking about Zutter, do you remember Bind It All? I still have mine. In fact, I used my Bind It All so much that the sort of like foam rubber pad that went on the front of it that would protect the pages when you pulled the handle to punch the pages, it actually dropped off and I had to super glue it on several times. But I do still have it. It's very battered and worn. But in general, you know, the Zutter products are excellent products, and I've always wanted a Zutter cutter because it's a sort of like rotary guillotine that goes through thick chipboard. So maybe they need to bring those back because I think they discontinued them. Anyway, I'm digressing dreadfully. And now I'm getting onto my bird cages because I cut them all in gold because I thought these are going to be absolutely fabulous stacked up as embellishments with some flowery paper and maybe some wood print paper, a few words, a few little birdie puffy stickers and things on there, and they're just going to make great chunky embellishments for my cards and my tags. But I absolutely love these. I mean, they've even got the holes there, so you could string them along and make yourself a little swag banner with them as well. So that is what I made today, and I do apologise for digressing. You can blame Sweetwater cards. As usual, all links below. You have a fabulous day, and I'll be back tomorrow with some super cute DIY art bin. Bye.